New real estate agent training. Avoid the fall and winter slowdown. Find out how in this video today. So first things first, I want to make sure I do the usual. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, depending on the platform you're on. But also, I want to give you context for credibility to show you where this is coming from and where this advice is coming from. From the fact that I personally sold 63 homes last year with myself and a transaction coordinator. And this year, I've been building a team. I've had 4 agents since March, and we have closed 62, have 12 pending, and we should get to 100 houses by the end of the year. Just to give you some context of what we're doing, that this is coming from a credible source. Go Google us, go look us up on Google, look at our reviews, look at our Zillow past sales, go verify all this so you can realize this is coming from a credible source in the trenches, real time, from an agent who's building his business right now as an agent myself, and also building a team that you're getting the most current, up-to-date, literally like real-time coaching for how to be a good agent. So with all that, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I got 4 pieces of advice I'm going to give you, and then a 5th bonus one at the end that might be obvious, might not be obvious. Hopefully all this helps give you perspective if you're a new agent looking how to be successful in this industry. I know when I first started, I went to YouTube a lot. I was looking for answers. I was searching, trying to find who to listen to, what to go on. And I found some good advice. I also found some people that were just full of crap and said a lot of things. Like, there's a lot of coaches in this industry who speak from theory, but have never sold a house in their life. And they say things that sound good, make you feel good, but I'm trying to avoid cuss words here, but it's BS. We'll keep it at that. And so just be very careful about who you listen to. And honestly, my best piece of advice that I can give for any new agent training is listen to the ones who are actually out there doing the work, not just coaching. So look at the person that's coaching you. What's their personal production? What's their backstory? If they're a speaking organization that just sells coaching and they don't actually sell houses, be very leery of that. I'm not going to give any personal knocks or recommendation of who. I'm just telling you to make sure you really scrutinize who you're taking your advice from, and do they actually sell houses, and would you want to trade places with them? Do they have the results you want? That's my biggest piece of advice for any new agent looking at the information they listen to. So let's get into it. First one that I want to look at for avoiding the fall and winter slowdown is I want you to really look at your last 2 to 3 months activity and see what you've been doing or who you can follow up with, and go back to your appointment pipeline of who you've showed houses to, who you've met with, who you talked with. If you don't have an appointment pipeline, make one now. Start actually recording your last 2 to 3 months, and really every month. Who are the appointments set? What did I hold? What was the situation? What is going on with them? Because usually you don't need to go find new business. You need to go service your existing business the best possible. Because here's really the context. If you're not making money this month, it's because of what you didn't do for the last 2-3 months. In real estate, it's very much a cause and effect game. As far as if you're making money this month, it's what you did 2 to 3 months ago. If you're not making money this month, it's what you didn't do two to 3 months ago. And that might be a harsh reality, a harsh truth you need to hear, but maybe through this video, you'll get it, and you'll see that if you're not making money right now in real estate, it's because of what you failed to do or didn't do for the last 2 to 3 months. If you are making money right now, it's because of what you did the last 2 to 3 months. And the biggest piece about that as well is that if you start making money this month, don't stop doing the things you did 2 to 3 months ago to make money this month. Because I see this bottle rocket happen all the time where you go, oh, I sold 4 houses. I sold 4 houses this month. I'm awesome. I'm good. You start to relax. You start servicing those transactions. And then next month, you're broke because you didn't keep generating. You didn't keep doing what you did the 2 to 3 months previous to get those 4 houses sold in that month. And then the next month, you got a big fat goose egg. So what I would say is that you're always going on a 2 to 3 month lag on everything. So if you don't have money now, it's what you didn't do 2 to 3 months ago. If you do have money now, it's what you did 2 to 3 months ago. So if you want to find where the money's at in your pipeline, in your database, go back 2 to 3 months and see where you did or didn't do what you needed to do, and keep doing the things you need to, and don't do the things you don't need to. Don't miss. Excuse me. I don't know where these sniffles came from, but I got them. Number 2, especially in the fall and the winter time, we can't get romantic about splits. or commission rates or deals or anything like that. We have to just do whatever business is available and what we can get to. So this is where companies that are referral based, that charge a referral fee on the back end, that don't cost you any upfront money, are a good idea for the slow times. Because especially if you're a new agent, you can't afford to be picky at this time. You can't afford to have an ego about who you will or won't work with and what fees you'll take and what commission rate you'll take. There's companies out there like OpCity with Realtor.com, Ojo, other referral companies that charge a 25 to 35% referral fee on the back end of the transaction. So you don't pay anything up front. You get leads, you get buyers to work with. And once you close, you pay them 25 to 35%. I know that's not the highest profit margin deal that you're after, but you can't afford to go out of business and be picky about like, oh, I won't work with those people. Would you rather make 65% of the transaction or zero? Like, that's the harsh reality that you're facing every month as a realtor entrepreneur, is you go broke every month. So you can't be romantic about the fact that it's like, oh, well, they're charging me too much. You're making no money. Like, you need to have cash flow come into this. You can't be so stubborn and hard-headed that you drive yourself out of business. So be open to those referral fee companies like OpCity, Ojo, and other ones that you can research in your local market. Excuse me. I don't know why, but sometimes during these videos, I just get a sneeze effect, but I just got to keep going. You can't stop. Number 3. Holy cow. If I was better at editing, I would put this out, but I guess this is me being real. Number 3, I'd say, is make sure that you plant long-term seeds. Because what that has to do is kind of like I was saying before, anything you're experiencing right now is something you were doing 2 to 3 months ago. And so during the fall and the winter season, this is when a lot of people get ready for January, February, March. You get a lot of people that sign up on your website or people that you talk to, and they're like, I'm going to wait till the first of the year because I got XYZ reason that comes with this. And it has to do with, I need to get my tax return. I need to get my money back from my taxes. I got my new job starting. I'm self-employed and I need another year tax return. Whatever that may be, that the first of the year, spring has come up, because at the end of the day, what the truth is, people buy houses based on life events, not because of the market, not because of anything else. They buy houses because of a life event that's going on, a job, income's in a certain place, credit needs to be where it needs to be. I get my tax return back and I use that money for my down payment. And so really you want to be thinking like a marketer. You don't want to be a salesperson. Think like a marketer. Marketers are the ones that think long-term to where people just come to them. I might talk to you now, but I know you're not going to buy a house for 3 to 6 months from now. I have the initial conversation, but then I don't forget about you for the next 3 to 12 months whenever you're ready to buy a house. Like, I just got off the phone this morning with one of my clients. She's out of Florida. She's moving back to Wichita to be closer to family. But she's not looking to buy until April. I set her up on a property alert. I sent her emails. I'm in contact with her and her husband. She actually came through one of my online lead sources, but ended up finding out that we knew of each other through some other people that we're connected to. So I found common ground. We started with houses, but I found common ground, built the bond. She's got my cell phone. The husband's got my cell phone. They can text, they can call me. I'm responsive. They've been looking at houses, but they know it's not till April. And I'm planting that seed right now for April of next year. So you always got to think about your long-term pipeline. Like, real estate is a long-term game. If you came in here to make big money fast, you picked the wrong industry. It's big money, but it's slow money. And at the end of the day, you got to care and service for your clients more than any other industry that's out there. Number 4, what I really encourage you to do for fall and winter slow down is focus on the need to business. Don't necessarily, I'm not saying, ignore people, but go find the people that need to buy, that need to sell. And basically it's just find better buyers, find better sellers. If all you're doing is trying to hustle your friends and family, they may not need to buy and sell right then. And you're just going to be that annoying realtor salesperson who's running around bugging all their friends and family. This is the beauty of online leads and online marketing, where if you're not there in today's day and age, like, you're missing the boat. because that's anymore like where the business is at. Even your friends and family are getting online. Every lead is an online lead now. So if you don't have an online lead presence, then you're not going to know who needs to buy and who needs to sell right now. Because honestly, that's the best type of business all year round. But this is what keeps us going every year round. And when you look at your market, go study your local market, because what you'll find, go look at it month by month. How many houses are sold in your market? Every month, houses sell in your market. The only question is, are you the one doing it or not? And so that a little bit goes into as well, what are you doing to go get the business? Because if you don't go get the business, it's not just going to come to you just because you have a license. You have to learn to market and to sell people and to service them. And if you don't focus on going and getting the business and finding the need to people, you won't make it in this industry. And that's honestly where we shine through the fall and winter months, because we don't take off. We don't buy into this market slow down, or it's not a good time, or, you know, fall and winter is a bad time to do real estate, because that's BS. People buy and sell houses all year round. The slowest parts of our market, I went and studied our market data, is January, and we sold about 600 homes last year, but that's still 30 houses a day and 600 homes in a month that got sold. That's still a lot of houses when you think about it. What are you doing to go get your piece of that? You're not going to be greedy and get all that, but you do need to say, what am I doing to go earn that business? Also study, what are those realtors doing to get business during January and February? And if you look at our busiest months, it's, you know, July and August, and it's like 1,200 and 1,300 homes a month that are sold in our market. And really, and the other thing to take into account with that you may not look at is, on every home, there's two sides of the equation, buyer and seller. So really that's 1,200 units, 1,200 sides, 1,200 commission checks that got issued out, not 600 homes. It's 1,200 homes. So what are you doing to go get your piece of those 1,200 commission checks that got issued in the slowest time of the year to go get that? And really what you do in that time is you're focusing on the need to business. I need to buy, I need to sell. And that's really where people need your services. They want your services. They're not like some of the, oh, I'm thinking about it, I'm just kind of curious, I'm just kind of interested. But that goes back to what I said on number 3, which is planting those long-term seeds, so that when they do get to that point and they go, I need to buy, I need to sell, who are they thinking of? The guy who planted the seed, 3 to 6 months ago in October for buying in February and March. So that's where you plant the seeds. But then for right now in fall and winter, you need to focus on the need to business. And number 5, if you stuck around all the way to the end of my crazy sneeze fest video on all this, the biggest one I would encourage you to do is, this is when you should really be open to looking at, joining a team. Because if you're going the single agent route and you've been trying to be a realtor for a while and you've been trying to do this thing on your own, figure it out on your own, maybe your brokerage is giving you help, maybe they're not, really swallow the ego, swallow your pride, take a look at a team concept and how that could really help you launch your career. I will hands down say this is the best decision that has catapulted my real estate career, is me joining a team. Not me starting a team, me joining a team is when I really learned how this industry and this business works, and it really catapulted my success. But at the end of the day, I had to swallow my ego. I had to swallow my pride. I had to be humbled a little bit and be a student again and say, I don't know what I need to know. And I need to go work at a different company, at a different situation. Yes, I got my license. I got a lot of ambition. I got a lot of drive, but that's not enough to make it in this industry, because that's kind of an assumption. That's an expectation, like you have those things. But if you're not working with the company to help provide them value, how do you think you're going to be of value to your clients either? So it's just that's the biggest piece of advice I can tell you to avoid the fall and winter slowdown, is work with somebody who's already got a lot of business going on and needs help servicing. Work with somebody who's already figured out what you're trying to figure out. Like, don't be so stubborn that you're not in real estate anymore and you got to go back to a job. Like, go look at joining a team. If you're not making it and you're worried about where's my next check coming from in the fall and the winter, really consider joining a team and seeing how that can catapult your career and really get you going in real estate. Because there's a reason you join this and there's something you're after. And what I've found is that most teams are the best resource to get you to that. So appreciate you watching and sticking through all that with me. There's a little bit of struggle there in the middle. But hopefully you've learned a little bit more, how real estate works today in real time from an agent and a team leader that's in the trenches building his team right now. It's me and 4 agents in Wichita, Kansas. If you have referrals, I'd love to help you out, pay you a referral fee for those for anybody moving here. Also, if you'd like more in-depth coaching or talk about joining my team, I'm also available there as well. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, share, do all those things to help this thing rank and get up there. And appreciate you watching as always. Hopefully you learn a little bit more, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.